Greetings to everyone who has come on board. Please like the video, share for others to also benefit from it, and then you subscribe to my channel for more videos on music and then other topics. We have two systems here. I'm just going straight forward. Two systems here. The first one, you can see these symbols on them, and these ones too, we have these symbols. The first bar has 1, second bar has 2, and then the third bar has 3, the same as this one. In music, in any choral music that has been scripted or has been written on paper, this sign stands for flat, and this sign stands for sharp. Flat, sharp. So these ones are flat signs. These ones, they are flat signs. These ones are sharp signs. So what are you going to use them for? Imagine you don't know these things by heart. Like, you get a score, a music score, and they ask you what is the key in which that particular music score is written, and you don't know. How are you going to determine the key in which that song was written? So we are going to use these two symbols here to determine the key of any song that we get. Now look at this. We have 5 lines, and then we have another line above the 5th line and one below the 5th line. This line below the first line is called C. Then we move on to D, E, F, G. Then you see, from the line you go to a space, from a line you go to a space, then a line, then a space. And this line 1 here is called key E. The first space is key F. The second line is key G. The second space key A, and it follows upwards. Okay. Whenever you have any score and you are going to determine the key signature of that score, check whether you have flat signs or sharp signs at the beginning, the very beginning of the music or of the score. If you have only one flat sign, look at what I've written here. I said the flat sign represents fa on the scale, and then the sharp sign represents T on the scale. So we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Look at where I've put the flat sign. Okay, do, ti. Look at where the sharp sign have been placed. So do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, now let's see. This flat sign represents fa on the scale. Then this sharp sign represents T on the scale. So you have only one flat sign here, and I said if you have one flat sign, it represents fa. So how are we going to know the do? Once we have the fa, where the fa is, where can we find the do? We can either run the scale upwards from the fa or downwards from the fa. So let's say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, fa, sol, la, ti, do, or fa, mi, re, do, fa, mi, re, do, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Sorry for the blunder. Now, we have the fa here. We want to know the key in which this particular song is written. Fa. Let's run the scale down So fa, mi, re, do. Fa, mi, re, do. So we have here fa, mi, re, do. That is according to this bar. So we have fa, mi, re, do. That is line, fa, space, mi, line, re, space, do. Now that we have been able to indicate where the do is, let's go to this reference system here and see what key the do falls on. You understand? The do is on the first space. When we come here, the first space here is called F. This means where the do falls in this system is F, meaning that this key or this music here is in key F. So one flat, when the flat is on key B, the do is on F, meaning this music is written in key F. But when you come to this second bar, we have two flat signs. The first one is on key B, just like the first one, but the second one is on a different key. Let's go and see. That's the fourth space. So space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is E, meaning we have E here. The key is E. And if you have two flat signs, you ignore this first one. We are going to deal with the last flat sign. This one is somehow not relevant in determining the key according to the method that I am using. So disregard this one, then deal with this. And like I told you, that flat sign is always fa. So let's see. This one is disregarded, but we are dealing with this. Once we are dealing with this one, and I said this is fa, you write the fa there in that space. Then you come to your reference scale here. So fa, mi, re, do. Let's see where the do will land. Fa on space, mi on the line, space, re, and then line, do. The do falls on the third line. Let's see where the third line is. If you come here, line 1, line 2, line 3, the line 3 is B. It means the do falls on the key B. You understand? Key B. So the do is on key B. We used this flat sign, not this one. This one is disregarded. But we use the last flat sign on the staff to determine where the do is. And like I said, that last flat sign is always fa. So when you run the scale down, you are going to get where the do falls. And according to this one, the do falls on key B. So we say that this music here is written in key B. But remember, on that same line, there's a flat sign. It means this B is also flat. So instead of saying this music is written in key B, we say it is written in key B flat, because that B there is already flat. So here is key F. This one is key B. But because of this flat sign, the B is already flat, so we say B flat. Very simple. Let's move on to the third bar. We have 3 flat signs. And as I said earlier, always disregard this first flat sign, the second flat sign, and always use the last flat sign that appears on the staff. But if it is only one flat sign, that is what you are going to use. If it is more than one, like from 2 upwards, always use the last flat sign that comes. So here we have 2 flats. We disregarded the first one, and this is the last one, so we use this. Here we have 3. This one is not going to be used. This one is not going to be used, but we use this one because this is the last one. So 1, 2, 3. We use the third one. Here is fa, like I said, fa. Then we use our reference scale, fa, mi, re, do. Let's move on there and see. So we have fa, mi on the line, the space, re, and then the line is do. So we have space, line, fa, mi, re, do. What key is this? Let's use this one, our reference stuff here. The first line is E. So we have key E here. We have key E here. So this music is written in the key E. But let's see this space. You see, we have space 1, space 2, space 3, space 4. This space 4 is also E. So we have 2 E's on this stuff. E on the first line and then E on the 4th space. First line is E. The 4th space is also E. Now let's see this one. The do fell on the first line. Let's try to run the scale upwards and see. So do, re, mi, fa, so, la, ti, do. It means the do also fell on E. That is the upper and the 4th space. The first line is E. The 4th space is also E. But see, there is a flat sign here on the E. It means this E is also flat. Already, we know that the key is in E because the do fell on E. So this one is key E. Key E. But because the E here is flat, it means the E here is also flat. So instead of saying key E, because the E is flat, we say it is E flat. I hope you understand. There's a difference between key E and key E flat. Here, the do fell on F. The F is not flat, so we can't say F flat. It is only key F. If you come to this side, do fell on B, key is B. But this B here is flat, or it is having the flat sign on it. So we say the B is flat, so B flat key. Now, at this point, do is E, but the E is flat, having the flat sign on it. It means this key is E flat. Then it continues. It continues. Very good. Let's come to this one. Like I said, the sharp sign represents T. So do, T, la, so, fa, mi, re, do, ti. The sharp sign, the flat sign represents fa, and the sharp sign represents ti. So the flat is fa, the sharp is ti. Let's see. This sign here, this sharp sign, is on the last line. And what key is the last line in? See, line number 5 is F. So here is F. It means that fa there is sharp. And that fa that is sharp, we are going to run the scale either upwards or downwards. So we have ti, do, or ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. So let's use the simplest or the shortest one. From ti we move on to do, and like I said, from a line you move on to a space. It means this space here, according to the reference stuff here, this line is F, the space above the line is G. So let's indicate here to be G, the key G. And if the T, the sharp sign represents T, we move a step ahead or above it, we get do. It means the do is on G. I hope you understand. This sign here represents T, it shows T, that is F on the line. So T, do, that's one above T and do, or we can come ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. The do also falls here, either here or here. So if this sharp sign is on F here, it means this F down here, like this one, is also sharp. The sharp, and the do falls on G. That is it. So when you get one sharp sign and that sharp sign is on key F, it means the music is written in the key of G. Now, just like this one, like I said, you get more than one, that's 2 or 3 or more. You disregard the first one and then you use the last one. In this case too, we are going to apply the same principle. We have first sharp sign, then the second sharp sign. We disregard this one, we use this. And remember I said the sharp sign represents T. So we have T, then we have do, or T, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. See, the first space below the first line here is D. Then this line, that's the fourth line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is D. So we have D here and D down here. So the T is on the third space, that is key C. If here is T, then the do will be on D. So here is D. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. This sharp sign represents T. You run the scale either up or down. If you go up, we have from T, then we move on to do, and that is D. So we have key D, and there are no sharp signs on this key. So we just say this one is key D. So the key of D. Now let's move on to the third bar here. You disregard this. We are going to deal with the last sharp sign. And this sharp sign is on the first space. So we say this space is T. From the space, you move on to a line. So if here is T, then here is going to be do. Or we run it down Ti, La, So, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. The Do fell on the first line above the staff and also fell on the second space. Let's look at this reference staff here. The second space is A, so let's write A here. The first line above the staff, this is the first line above the staff, that is A. So here is also A. Here is also A. So we have A and then A. Where did the Do fall? Ti, Do, that is on key A. Okay, let's come down. Ti, La, So, Fa, Mi, Re, Do, A. There are no sharp signs on the key of A, so we say this music is written in key A. Key A. And it follows suit. Okay, let me use another example here and see, or let me just give you an assignment, then you write the key in which that music is written for me to see. So we are going to use this one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Note where the last flat sign falls. Run the scale, that is Fa. If here is Fa, where are we going to get the Do? And that Do, will it be flat or just the key, like A flat, B flat or something? Write your answer down. Let's see. So here is assignment A. Then assignment B. We have now look at where this, we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Where does this one fall? We say the last sharp sign represents T. So tell me where the Do falls in this stuff. Tell me where the Do falls in this one. So in assignment A, what key is this written? And then in this one too, what is the key of this music? Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share the video for others to benefit. God bless you.